If you've logged on this morning, you may notice something strange about some of your favourite websites. Sites such as Netflix and Amazon will slow down their services in a day of action, with civil liberty groups to oppose changes to US rules which govern net neutrality. Kevin Curran is Professor of Cybersecurity at Ulster University. And the first question is, what is net neutrality, Kevin?
So net neutrality is the principle that internet service providers should treat traffic from websites and apps equally and not be able to slow down content. So the email to your granny, a bank transfer should be treated the same as the bits from an episode of House of Cards.
So it could potentially impact on everything that you do online. Is that the case?
It could. So in 2015, the Obama era administration came up with legislation which allows the FCC, which is the Federal Commission, which oversees telecom communication companies in the United States, so that the regulations would prevent any internet service providers from discriminating against the traffic on the internet. Mm-hmm. So again, the supporters of the net neutrality fear that if we have a deregulated world, that, for instance, an internet service provider could stop some competitors from launching apps like, communication apps or voice over video or anything that they have. So therefore, that it would stifle competition. Whereas then the people who are opposed to this legislation believe that that has led to decreased investment in broadband infrastructure. So on the two sides, you have people who are worried about internet service providers from, literally censoring the internet, mm-hmm. and the others are worried about that we will have less investment into it. So
it's the change in the rules that they're protesting against?
It is indeed. So again, that we've seen this before in 2012, where they had a day of action where when we go to websites, we're going to see banners, we're going to see simulations of what it would be like if the rules are pushed back that Obama brought in. In other words, that they believe that we'll end up with a two-speed highway, that we'll have a fast internet and we'll have a slow internet. And again, that they're trying to simulate this online, so that when you go to websites, they're trying to show you what it will be like if the FCC at the moment get their way and overrule the legislation brought in 2015.
But ultimately, isn't that just impacting on the likes of you and me?
It is indeed. So I don't expect that we're going to see slowness. I think we're going to see more of the pop-ups. We're going to see sites going to monochrome. We're going to see them just trying to raise awareness of it, so that they'll get people to visit a petition site that are able to lodge their complaints with the FCC in the United States. And again, they're hoping then that these will bring it to their local legislators or the local senators and then prevent the rules from being overturned.
Because I was going to ask you, well, surely this is just bad for business if it affects the customer, but not necessarily.
The actual banner ads?
Yeah.
Oh, of course it is. That's why I don't expect any sites that really will slow down. They'll just try to raise awareness of it through types of ads.
And do you agree with what they're doing? Do you think it's the right thing to do?
It's funny. I do believe internet service providers should be regulated, because there has been cases in the past where they have throttled competitors. Like, some of these internet service providers also provide video streaming services like Netflix, and they have actually throttled their competitors in the past. So I do believe in regulation, but I hate when government gets involved, because we've seen this in the cookies that you see, the pop-ups which appear when you're browsing the web, which are a ridiculous law brought in by politicians again. But I believe in free market principles. I believe the internet service providers by themselves will not want to lose customers. They will not start doing will not start throttling things like Netflix, because the customers will complain. I just see, let the market do what it does.
Okay, thank you for speaking to us this morning. Kevin Curran, Professor of Cybersecurity at Ulster University.
Well, one thing we do a lot on the internet for certain is book flights on our